Welcome students. Today we're going to see the topic from information storage management, that is unit 1, introduction to storage technology. So ME paper CP7029 code. So this is the topics we're going to see. There is data creation and the amount of data being created, and understanding the value of the data to a business, that is a core element of a data center, and the role of each element in supporting the business activities. So introduction. So what is meant by information storage? So what is the need of it? That is, we have to store a lot of information about a lot of different things. So secure storage is important for later retrieval. So main benefit of storing our document is digitally to keep safe and secure. So for example, social networking sites, email, photo sharing website, online shopping, etc. So information management is a big challenge in a digital universe. So information is increasingly important in our daily lives. So it is created by the individuals and gains value when shared with others. When created, information resides locally on devices such as phones, cameras, and laptop. To share this information, it needs to be uploaded by way of network to the data centers. So the following diagram depicts the cycle of information. So these are the creators of informations like mobile phones, laptops, any other things. So from the creating the information, it is uploaded to the centralized storage by way of wired or wireless network, and which is later retried by the users on demand through wired or wireless network. This is a cycle of information. So the volume of data that a business must manage has classified the data according to its value. So this is not only provide a financial and regulatory benefits at the business level, but also managing the benefits at the operational levels to the organization. The next one is information storage. So what is simple storage? It is a repository that enables the users to store and retrieve the digital data. So data is a collection of raw facts. For example, the handwritten letters, a movie or a video tab, printed book, etc. So these data can be generated using a computer and stored in the form of strings of zeros and ones. So the data in the form is called the digital data and is accessible by user only after it is processed by a computer. So this is an example. So video.mp3, photo.jpg, PDF file. So these all saved in the computer as a digital data in the binary strings of zeros and ones. So these are some of factors that contributed to the growth of digital data. So the first one is increase in data processing capabilities. So what is mean by it? It provide a significant increase in processing and storage capabilities. It enables the conversion of various types of contents and media from conventional forms to digital formats. Next one, lower cost of digital storage. So what this means, the technological advances encourage the development of less expensive data storage devices. So this cost benefit has increased the rate at which the data is being generated and stored. Then third one is affordable and faster communication technology. So it is the rate of sharing the digital data is faster than the traditional approaches. For example, if you write a letter means it takes a weeks to reach the destination. Whereas when it takes, for example, we mail just a mail to a recipient means it takes a few seconds to reach the recipient. So this is said to be the affordable and faster communication technology. Next one is data explosion. So inexpensive and easier ways to create, collect and store all types of data coupled with increasing individuals and business needs. These led to the accelerated data growth. So these are the storage devices, CDs, DVDs or USB flash drives. Next one is types of data. There is structured and unstructured. Databases and spreadsheets are said to be structured data, and forms, images, audios, movies are said to be unstructured data. So over 80% of the enterprise information is unstructured. Next one, information. It is intelligence and knowledge derived from the data. So here the raw data is analyzed to identify the meaningful trends. For example, buying habits and patterns of customers, health history of patients, like that. So next one is storage. So data created by individuals or businesses must be stored so that it is easily accessible for further processing. So in a computing environment, the devices assigned for storing data are termed as the storage devices or simply storage. Then types of storage is based on the type of data and the rate at which it is created and used. For example, digital cameras, cell phones, DVDs, hard disks, like that. Then evolution of storage and architecture. So organization had a centralized computers and information storage devices in the data centers. So these evolutions make the unprotected and unmanaged information to the increasing operating costs. So to overcome these challenges, it is evolved from non-intelligent internal storage to intelligent network storage. So these are seen in the figure. This is the evolution of the storage architectures from Intel DAS to IPsec. So RAID technology, this was developed to address the cost, performance and availability requirements of data. It is used in all storage architectures such as DAS, SAN and so on. So what is my DAS? It is a direct attached storage. This type of storage connects directly to a server or a group of servers in a cluster. It can either be internal or external to the server. Then third one is storage area network. It is a dedicated high performance fiber channel network which facilitate the block level communication between the servers and storage. Then NAS, there is network attached storage. It is for mainly for file serving applications. And finally, Internet Protocol SAN. So it provides a convergence technologies used in SAN and NAS. It provides a block level communication across a LAN or WAN, which results in a greater consolidation and availability of data. Thank you.